Real Life Trading Pre-Market Day Trading Show. All right, what is up, YouTube traders and traders from around the world? It's Robert Falco here. Changed up the schedule a little bit, so I'll be joining you all Tuesday morning and Thursday morning. Probably help if I had Slack up on my computer, wouldn't it? Yep, that might be helpful. So it looks like we got some good news out of Russia, Ukraine. We will see if it's legit and it holds true, but it looks like they are pulling back or going to be pulling back some troops from attacking some of the larger, more populated cities. I think that that came out like right over here. So you saw a nice little spike in the market on that news. Good morning, Vince. Good morning, Liam. Good morning, Tana. Here is the QQQ. Also, you can see responding to the news headline. Delta as well, probably because oil prices falling on that. Apple's gapping up. Oh, man. So many green days in a row. Tesla gapping up. Roblox gapping up. Nvidia, big gap up. And AMD. I actually need to move something around on my AMD trade. I'll move my target a little bit higher. So I put my target pretty much right in front of this wick, and I just moved my stop right there on AMD. Expecting a fade? Probably pretty soon. Yeah, we might get a little bit of a run at open, but I do expect a little bit of a fade. I think there's a lot of people chasing this move now. Here's the thing. This is actually probably good for YouTube too. There is way too many people that are concerned with nailing the exact bottom on something. And so there's a lot of people that were out there that like, well, I'm not going to buy. If you think SPY is going to come to 400, I'm not going to buy any SPY on the dip until it hits 400. That's not what we mean, or at least it's not what I mean when I say like, oh yeah, I think it is going to pull back to 400. I'm not going to buy anything there or until it hits there. That's not what I do. I will buy small, and then when it will get to those levels, if it does, that's when I will put more money to work, or like large chunks of money. But that doesn't mean don't buy anything on some of these dips. Kind of like, oh, I thought you said Tesla would come to 670. Yeah, I said, yeah, that's a good support. Did that mean don't buy any at 700 or 730 or 750? Because those were all ranges and all, support levels. Even if it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 shares, and then maybe you buy 10 down here, whatever, add zeros onto those if you're trying to buy bigger amounts. Because no one, including me, is good enough to nail the exact bottom. So that's why you have to buy some at some of these levels. Yeah, you're probably not putting all of your money to work, but trying to sit here and time the exact bottom, there is way too many people, way too concerned, and then they miss the exact bottom, and then they FOMO in. So rather than, buying like a little bit here, a little bit here, and then, maybe they didn't get like these levels or whatever, or maybe they bought, a little bit right there off the 200, right around here somewhere. And so they don't do that. They just have, one buy zone down here. It doesn't get hit. And then they FOMO in up here, and then it does this. And they're like, what the heck? There's just way too many people concerned with trying to buy the exact bottom. So Don't be one of those people. Does that mean you're going to miss some levels? Yeah, of course. But at least you're going to get something. And then on like a big run up, you can unload a little bit of shares, that kind of thing. You take it the bear market's over. I don't know. I mean, I've been saying that I thought we were going to bounce on rate hikes. We did. Now, I didn't think we were going to bounce this hard. I think some of the certainty that the market gained combined with some good news, hopefully out of Russia, Ukraine. Obviously, no one wants a conflict like that to continue on for a long period of time. But I think we're going to retest some of this. We are technically still in a downtrend. And now, if we close above here and then say, hey, we made a new relative high above, like this is the pretty big pivot. The Qs, if we can close above this 618 retrace, which is pretty much right where we're opening. Now, let's say we open right here, and then we have like we fail like this, and then we start to rotate lower. It could mean that bear market's still intact. But keep in mind that most people were extremely late. They were, CNBC said, we've entered a bear market, maybe there or there. It's like, bro, we've been in a bear market for months, like since November. Oh, yeah, I definitely would not buy it now, Matt. Just day trade it. Day trade it bullish. But if you buy shares up here, even if you make money, if you buy like longer term shares up here and then you sell here, you chased it and that was a bad trade. Like, even if you wanted to wait for a little bit of an update, like this candle closed back above the trend line. That candle ran right into this resistance. This, I mean, any of these would have at least been in better. So, yeah, what's up, Greg? What's up, Dustin? This gap will fill. Yeah, I don't know when, but this gap's like 95% of this gap's gonna fill at some point. I don't know when, but that gap's probably gonna fill. I don't really need that anymore. It's really a critical. But I think there's going to be a lot of people chasing, and then I think we're going to get a little bit of pullback right into the end of the month. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Got some rebalancing that's going to go on. Now we are coming into a April is traditionally a pretty bullish month, so I do think that we could have some rallying to do in April. I don't know if we're going to rally the entire month. Then we get into sell in May and go away, and I think it's going to be a really, really, really boring summer. And if it's not great, but that's what I'm preparing for, is an extremely boring sideways summer. Yeah, unless something crazy happens. Let's go. Let's go take a look at some gaps today. Nielsen. Interesting. Is this getting bought out or something? Let me go look over here, NLSN. Yeah, yeah, they're getting bought out. Private equity. You can see when something goes sideways like that, that it's probably a buyout. EPAM, that's that. I think that's like a Ukrainian company. or a lot of employees are there. Personally, I would stay away from that thing. ASO, gapping the resistance. Billy. Yeah, some of these Chinese names chopping around down here. Quantum Leap, aka QuantumScape, aka doesn't even have a product. Yeah, I wouldn't touch that thing. NCLH. I think only one of those would be on there. Tapping into the 100s. Let's go look at CCL, RCL. Yeah, a lot of these gapping into resistance. Upstart, UPST. Don't look great. Shop. I mean, it looks okay. I mean, I would definitely have a stop on this one. I would try to personally. I would try to buy a dip a little bit lower on this. This one is definitely still in a hefty downtrend, and I don't think it's going to make it that easy. Maybe it does, but I'd have a stop on that one. I don't really need that on there. Coin was great yesterday, although that little news headline over here, that was this. Yeah, because this was the news candle. That one wrecked me. Netflix. Just a smidge. Just a smidge. Yeah, I think we have a swing trade on that one, right? Problem is, how much is this resistance going to come into play? It was old support, now it's going to be new resistance. Nvidia, this is one of the strongest companies in the market, and gapping up nice and strong. It's whether or not this is still a wave 3, or was there some type of like little small wave 4 and this is a wave 5. I don't know. We'll see. Google, Amazon. Wow, look at Amazon powering higher. Square, I definitely think is dip buyable if you did not get any over here. I would look to start accumulating either on dips or over time. Because this was one that I feel like put in a quote unquote bottom or bottoming pattern the earliest. Like over in here, these were higher lows. It's one of the first ones to do it after just an absolute murderous downtrend. So personally, some limit buys throughout here. If I don't get them all, I don't get them all. I can always add later over time. I don't think we're gonna do this, so I don't think there's like a huge rush to FOMO into this thing. PayPal, I really want to like PayPal down here, but I'm still holding off a little bit. You don't have to trim all of it, Matt. I mean, you could keep like 25%. You thought we were going to zero? I no, I don't remember ever saying we were going to zero. Unless there's like nuclear war, and in that case, it ain't gonna matter anyways. Nuclear war is like a bullish headline, in my opinion, because if it actually comes true, you don't need to worry. Otherwise, bye. It also worries me a little bit that that Kramer, came out and was like, "Bull market over, everyone buy." It's like now everyone buy. Yeah, so I think you had to buy some stuff. Maybe you didn't get to your huge buys, but then if we get some type of rotation, we will get a rotation. I know it doesn't feel like it when the market's going, crazy like this, but what do you think it felt like over here, people? Oh my God, we're making new highs. It's never coming back down. Buy everything. You got a rotation. Like even here, you got a little bit of a rotation. Let's see, what was this move? You go there to there, almost 50% retrace. It's just now, once this dip comes in, if you didn't buy before, like you should probably buy something. Not financial advice. Don't sue me, bro. Or like over here, I mean, I remember this vividly. This is the day a lot of us went to cash right over here. And it felt like it's never going to stop going up. Money printer go burr. And then we got a solid pullback. Things always look the greatest and the best at the top. And they also look the bearish, most bearish and the worst. I agree. This looks horrible. Looks like Apple is definitely going to go lower. Immediately, the very next day, bullish engulfing candle. Well, it didn't totally engulf, but closed way back above the 200, back above this pivot. Had to at least know, hey, something might be up there with Apple. And that was a pretty solid hammer. But yeah, kind of like the saying, like it's always darkest before the dawn. Same thing. It's always brightest until the sun goes down, warmest or whatever. Things always look the best at the top, look the worst at the bottom. And I just think there was a bunch of people just absolutely way too late to the bear train. Way too late. Those of you that are still in AVGO, you should hit your target this morning. It's the end of the month, too. Perfect time to be just stacking gains. Next Era Energy, I sold that yesterday, so that's done. Work's looking good. Rose, interesting little rotation there. United Healthcare making a high. Little gap on Airbnb. Probably add that to this list. Anything else that's like gapping really good? What about gaps down? MOS. See, like this one's had a hell of a run. I think this is a fertilizer play. But this is one, even if the headline out of Russia, Ukraine is true, I don't know that Russian products are going to get like right back into the world market immediately. I think something like Mosaic, you know, you could try to buy the dip on something like this. Some type of wave three. So, yeah, I mean, Square. I wouldn't say it's a huge gap, but it's a gap up. It looks good. I definitely think it's worth accumulating, or if you're in some swing trades. I've a little bit of Square. I had got put some, sold a call, called away, sold more puts. Never got exercised. I think I have like 40 shares. I'll be adding on some dips into these green lines. We know when it hits this, it's gonna probably have a solid rejection though. Gonna be the first time it's hit the 100 for a long time. Like if you go to our Momo indicator, you can also tell Momo's flipped bullish on quite a few stocks that it's been bearish on for ever. I mean, PayPal has been bearish on since September. You can see even Momo flipped on this high wave day. I mean, there's been plenty of indicators like probably being some stuff bullish. Apple, that looks like a late flip, fortunately. So if you got some things that you want to sell some calls on or just trim positions, you can definitely do that. Or if you just want to hold forever, that's cool too. It's up to you. CONN. What is this thing? That thing looks a little bearish. I bet it's like pretty. Yeah, day trading that thing's like impossible. Volume's absolutely horrible. Let's see. What's JB Hunt gapping up? Not really. No real gap there. Yep, AMD's cute little retest gap. I'm in. I just moved my target up right into this wick on my swing, and my stop's right there. So, like, if we walk through AMD, yeah, we got a couple minutes. I don't think we're gonna trade anything right at open, anyways. Let's go back in time on AMD. Holds a very key support. Looks a little double bottomish. Runs right into the 200. Runs into the 200. Retests. Next candle looks like a miniature Morningstar reversal. So if it breaks above the 100, which it did, it closed above the 100. Gotta buy a retest. I feel like bought a little bit there, bought a little bit there, and looks really nice. Bought a little bit here on this retest again, and yeah, there we are. I think initially my stop was like down here below that. I had 3 buys on that one. You don't have to buy all your positions at once. You can wait for patterns to develop. Nvidia, I had sold puts, but should have bought shares on this one. Yeah, I won't be watching that today. I'll put Netflix on another screen. All right, so as far as our 10 EMA strategy and what we will be able to trade at the open, what will be live, Delta, Tesla, Apple, Roblo, I think everything really. Yeah. Everything will be live. Why what, Matt? Sorry. You forgot? Oh, okay, all good. Well, why should I have bought shares instead of just selling puts? Maybe. I mean, selling puts was fine. I made money on it, but it's a limited reward. The only the only benefit or the only gain that you can realize is the credit that you received, and then that's it. And I'm basically selling insurance. Yeah, generally I like to sell options more than buy them. Any Fed meetings coming up? They're gonna meet. They have minutes over here. I think they have a meeting in May. You could just go. When is the next Fed meeting? And yeah, here's their calendar. May 3 and 4. They'll most likely be hiking rates by 50 basis points. I think we get their meeting minutes from their March meeting sometime in April. Yeah, be on the lookout for those. Yeah, thanks YouTube for hanging out. Good luck out there today. And yeah, I'll talk to y'all.